No influencer has ever got an entry into the note-making factory, but I went and I saw everything. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Indian currency notes are not made from paper. No. The notes you hold are actually made from cotton. Specifically, cotton linters. Now, what are cotton linters? They are the short, soft fibers that cling to cotton seeds after the long fibers have been removed for making clothes. These tiny fibers are incredibly strong and pure. They arrive at the currency factory in tightly compressed bales, stacked on wooden pallets like giant white bricks. Workers in blue uniforms check every bale against digital manifests. Each bale has a barcode, a batch number, and a certificate of purity. Why cotton? Because paper made from wood pulp tears easily, it absorbs moisture, and it falls apart in a few months. But cotton? Cotton lasts for years. It survives humidity, heat, and being folded 1,000 times in your wallet. That is why your 10 rupee note and your 500 rupee note both have that distinct crisp feel. That is cotton talking. Once the cotton bales arrive, the real transformation begins. A worker approaches a bale with a hydraulic cutter. With a sharp hiss, the metal straps snap and fall away. The compressed white fibers suddenly expand, almost like a pillow being fluffed. Tiny dust particles float in the air, catching the factory lights like glitter. This cotton is then fed into massive industrial shredders. Now these are not like the small shredder you might have at home. These are giant roaring machines with rotating steel blades that tear the cotton into tiny, fluffy fragments. The pieces fall into enormous vats filled with purified water. Steam rises from the mixing vats, creating a hazy, almost magical atmosphere inside the factory. The goal here is simple. Break the cotton down into a thick, soupy slurry where every single fiber is floating freely, completely separated from its neighbors. But this slurry is full of impurities. Dust, tiny metal fragments from the machines, and other unwanted particles are all mixed in. So the slurry is pumped through a complex cleaning system. First, it flows across vibrating screens that catch large debris. Then, it spins through high-speed centrifugal cleaners. Imagine a giant washing machine spinning at thousands of revolutions per minute. The heavy impurities are thrown outward, while the clean, light cotton fibers continue forward. Technicians constantly pull samples, holding glass rods dripping with the wet slurry up to bright light boxes. They are looking for dark specks, for anything out of the ordinary. If they see even one tiny impurity, the entire batch is stopped. That is how serious quality control is in Indian currency production. Nothing less than perfect is allowed to move forward. Now comes the most magical part of the entire process. The clean cotton slurry, now 99% water, flows onto a fast-moving wire mesh conveyor. The mesh is like a giant screen. As the watery mixture moves along, the water drains through the mesh, falling in thousands of tiny droplets. But the cotton fibers are too big to pass through. They remain on top of the mesh, randomly interlocking with each other, forming a thin, wet mat. This mat is the very beginning of your banknote, but here is where the real magic happens. As this wet paper moves along, it passes under a special rotating cylinder called a dandy roll. This cylinder has raised patterns on its surface. The portrait of Mahatma Gandhi, the Ashoka pillar, the denomination numeral. As the cylinder presses gently into the wet paper, it displaces the cotton fibers. In some areas, the paper becomes thinner. In others, it becomes thicker. And when you later hold that finished note up to the light, you see a beautiful three-dimensional watermark. That watermark is not printed. It is part of the paper itself, created by the thickness of the cotton fibers. It is like a ghost living inside your note, and it is nearly impossible for counterfeiters to copy. After the watermark is formed, the paper is still soaking wet. It now passes through a series of massive steel rollers called the press section. These rollers apply enormous pressure, squeezing out more than half of the remaining water. Water sprays sideways in a fine mist, and the paper becomes visibly denser and more solid. Then, the paper wraps around heated drying cylinders. The cylinders are polished steel, heated to exactly 100 degrees Celsius. As the wet paper touches the hot metal, the remaining water flashes into steam, rising into the air in soft white clouds. What emerges on the other side is a long, continuous roll of pure, bright white security paper. But if you look closely, you will see a dark vertical line running through it. That is the security thread embedded deep inside the paper. It bears microprinted text that says RBY and the denomination. At this stage, the paper is just a blank white sheet, but it already contains its most important secrets. The watermark, the security thread, and invisible fluorescent fibers that will later glow under ultraviolet light. Now the blank sheets are ready for printing. First comes offset printing. Massive presses apply the background colors and intricate patterns to the 500 rupee note, that is the beautiful stone grey and yellowish green. For the other denominations, different colors. The sheets move through the press at high speed, receiving ink on both sides at the same time. The patterns you see, the geometric designs, the circles, the lines, all of it is printed at this stage. But if you look at a sheet after offset printing, the center is still blank. The portrait of Gandhi is missing. The large denomination number is missing. The note is like a beautiful painting with no subject. And the subject comes next. This next stage takes place in a highly secured hall. The lights are dimmer, the atmosphere is more serious, and the machines move much slower. This is Intaglio printing. The Intaglio plates are made of solid steel. The portrait of Mahatma Gandhi is not printed onto the plate. It is engraved into it, carved by master artists using diamond-tipped tools. The grooves are so deep and so precise that they can only be seen under a microscope. The press applies thick, paste-like ink to the plate and then wipes the surface completely clean. The only ink that remains is the ink hiding deep inside the engraved grooves. Then, with 20 tons of pressure per square inch, a sheet of paper is forced into those grooves. The paper deforms. It bends. It stretches into the tiny valleys of the steel. And when the paper is pulled away, it pulls the ink out with it. That ink stands up on the surface of the note like tiny raised mountains. That is what you feel when you run your finger over Mahatma Gandhi's face. That tactile, raised texture is the heart of Indian currency security. It is the reason you can tell a real note from a fake one just by closing your eyes and touching it. After Intaglio, the notes receive a holographic security strip. If you tilt it, the image changes color and the denomination number appears and disappears. Then, unique serial numbers are stamped on every single note. These numbers are logged into the Reserve Bank of India's central database, allowing every note to be tracked from this moment until the day it is destroyed. Finally, the notes pass through a massive automated inspection machine. This machine is 20 meters long. It uses cameras, ultraviolet lights, infrared sensors, and lasers to scan every millimeter of every note. If there is even a tiny smudge, the machine ejects that note into a locked bin. Only perfect notes move forward. The perfect notes are then cut, counted, banded into bundles of 100, and packed into bricks of 1,000. Those bricks are sealed inside metal cases and loaded onto armored trucks. The trucks drive through the streets of India to the Reserve Bank of India's vaults. From there, the notes are sent to commercial banks across the country. And finally, you walk up to a teller, you present your card, and you receive those crisp notes in your hand. That note has travelled from a cotton field, through a factory, through the hands of artists and chemists and engineers, through high security vaults, and finally to you. It is not just money. It is a miracle of Indian engineering, art, and security.
Opening main gate.
The next time you hold a note, take a moment, run your finger over Gandhi's face. Feel the ridges, hold it up to the light, look at the ghost inside. That is the story of Indian currency.
Here is your reference slip and identification card.
Thank you.